See, if you're asking me in the context of Sarkar Raj, I don't think, first of all, Sarkar or Sarkar Raj is an underworld film. And the way,
Not Sarkar, I mean
yeah,
previously.
yeah. See, the point is, underworld is just a backdrop. I don't really know what an underworld film is because films are made on characters. For example, a film like Company, the same story could have been made in a corporate background, but selecting the underworld as a background would give it a certain sharp edge and it makes it more hard hitting. So I think I've done almost every kind of suspense thrillers to horror films to musicals to love stories, and I think it's just the hard hitting nature of, say, Satya and Company which gives this feeling to many that I'm constantly into the underworld genre. Yeah.
There's no specific obsession to it.
No, no.
Okay.
No, see, there's no obsession for underworld films, but yes, I'm more interested in larger than life people and issues which are startling, which are, I'd have a tendency to be bored with simple family films and romantic comedies and that kind of stuff. That doesn't interest me in person. So as a filmmaker, I would have a tendency not to do something like that. See, I think it was, on retrospective, I think it was arrogance. It's the very fact that a film which was such a huge success in every which way, if you're trying to attempt it, somewhere at the back of my mind, I'm sure I had an intention to better it, which is basically an arrogant attitude. So, to try to literally translate it instead of making kitne aadmi the mein kitne, going shot by shot and giving my interpretation, I think I lost track of, I should tell a story, I should make them emotionally involved in the story. It sounds stupid even to me, forget about others, but it happened. And see, for me personally, it's not the first time I had a failure. Okay, fine, because of the baggage of Sholay and the media's overactiveness, and people are just waiting for you to fail so that you can rip you to shreds. So that's the kind of a society we are living in at the time. So probably if someone else made ARG, I would have done the same along with the crowd. So I don't take it on any negative level. So my job is a filmmaker. See, ARG is not my job, or Sarkar or Satya or Daud. I just, whatever excites me at that time, I'll keep making those films. So what people say or don't say, I would know about the reasons for its failure or the success of a film. I would like to believe that much more than someone else who can tell me that. Yes, obviously I will listen to people, what they have to say, and I will make my judgment, and I move on to my next picture.
No doubt Sarkar Raj is standing up strongly as you are right now. Talking with the three Bachchans, how was it bringing them together? How was it working with them? And because you just mentioned at one of the press conferences, it was your biggest satisfaction as a director working with the Bachchans together. How do you rate it?
See, I see, for me, the Bachchans together as an entity, I can't get that, So I don't see them as a family. I don't see them as someone being together. For me as a director, all three of them have had their accomplishments individually in each of their careers. And they're all highly talented, and so if they were not a family, if they belong to three different people, also I would exactly feel the same as of them as actors.
But you have mentioned that you were very good in tight close-ups.
Yeah, that's what I see. That I'm talking about as an actors. The question of them being together as a family is not the point.
So you took them as individual actors?
Individual actors, yeah.
Talking about Sarkar Raj, people are already claiming that it's going to be a big hit. That's what people are saying, seeing the promos, everyone is saying that. Are you excited about the whole thing? Because after that phase of failure, now you're bouncing back in a big hit. How are you feeling right now?
See, my point, people speculating about a film's success or failure or whatever, it's just that speculation, nothing else. As a director, I would like to do my best, what is in the limits of my talent and capability. And after that, it is for the people to decide how much they liked it or not. My excitement is there. See, if you worked for a period of time and try to create a film, I'm not saying that I would do it to the same seriousness of every film. That's not the truth. Because any film is a decision you're making due to various reasons at that time. Like if Agh was a bit of arrogance combined with a lot of stupidity, I think. Whereas Sarkar Raj won't be made from the same mindset, because the story and the characters you're dealing with and what the original story stood for, the original film stood for, in terms of the complexity and the issue which Sarkar Raj deals with, it would not allow me to uh, become as indulgent as probably what I was in Agh. So I think each film would kind of put a predetermined situations and conditions around it, so that so I think the secret is there for you to, in choosing the subject and what your intent of achieving, wanting to achieve through the making of the film. Yeah.
So, and if you were asked to compare Sarkar Raj to your magical company and Sattar, they were magical films. I mean,
Huh.
they were actually magical, turned magic on the audience. How would you rate it? I mean, how do you see that?
See, I really cannot compare films, because each film, it represents the subject matter, it comes in the characters and from intent or whatever. For me, and every film is a result of your state of mind at that point of time, like I said earlier. You know, see, Sarkar Raj in sheer power, in of the scale of the film, in the performances of the actors, I don't think there's any comparison to any film I made in the past.
So, but any strong reason for going for that Bal Thackeray concept on Sarkar Raj?
See, Bal Thackeray is not the issue. See, when I read Godfather 20 years back or more, it is a book of power. It is a book of a family. I never took it as an underworld thing, because just because I never heard of the word mafia before. But it had a resonance across the world in spite of nobody knowing mafia, because it could be happening in a political leader's family, it could be happening in an industrialist leader's family, or a dictator, or whoever it is. So I thought the ideal example was Balasaheb Thackeray in a city like Bombay, because I am basing it here. If I based it in the south, there will be some equivalent of him on a lesser degree or whatever. So if a man like Balasaheb Thackeray exists, Sarkar also can exist. So that's a reference point I have taken. It's not so much to do with his personal story or his personal life or his party's issues or whatever.
But then going for a sequel and not taking off from the last film, any particular reason? You've changed the situations. You've gone for the title, but
Yeah, see, Sarkar dealt with a certain situation of a guy coming for a proposal and creating a certain complexities in which Shankar Nagre deals with. In the course of it, he takes over from his father. Now, that issue has been settled and dealt with. Now, but in a man like Sarkar, there will be so many other things which happen in a period of time. So, this deals with a new set of situations. So, for want of a better word, I thought I'd call it the further adventures of the Nagre family. You know. So, it doesn't take off from the time where it exactly ended, because that issue has been dealt and settled with. That's what I meant.
okay. And if it proves to be a big blockbuster, as people are claiming it to be, there are rumors that you want to make Sholay again. Will you be doing?
You see, that's something I said. See, the point of remaking Sholay, I think I'll remake Agh actually. It is an idea. You see, I float with 100 ideas in a day, some of which materialize, some of which I change my mind again. On the day I gave the interview, I felt it. Yesterday I didn't feel it, and tomorrow I might not feel it again. Or I might feel it day after again. So I'll just do whatever I feel like doing and whatever excites me and whatever I'm passionate about. It's not like that. I just live life. And life is about just doing what you strongly feel like doing.